Hi guys, my name's Ronan Chimera Stewart, and I will be the mid laner for London Esports. Back in the day, I was originally a support main, and for me, it was always about trying to be on the highlight reels. None of my friends were particularly good, so I thought, well, mid lane seems more fun. There's a variety of mechanical champs, so I made the switch. Made sense. I played at the very, very end of season two, back when Worlds was on, and that was kind of when esports really kicked off. Um, I only played a little bit, but season three was when I started playing ranked, and from then I've been playing ever since a lot. My all-time favorite League of Legends champion would be Anivia. It's a bit of a unique champion. No one really plays it, and I think she's really strong if put in the right hands. And last split, or my first split, there's a bit of like a meme that I was an OTP Anivia, but I didn't play her once the whole split. But I still think she's really strong. So I'm gonna hopefully bust it out this split and show why. So my favorite moment in my league career was back when I was playing on Feeling in my first split, and we were playing against Excel Esports in the last game. And if we'd qualified for it, if we'd beat them, then we would qualify for E Masters and play in Twickenham. And I remember in our second game, we were 1-0 down. We'd just started to lose a fight near Dragon, and I was getting chased, and I was playing Cassiopeia, and I just remember just overperforming. Like I felt like I was in Zen mode. I was dodging all their skill shots. I was baiting them in. I was under my tower, dodging everything, dodging Sejuani, dodging Corki rockets, and the play itself created a flank from our team, which we picked up, I think, 2 kills overall, and gave us a bit of glimmer of hope. And I just remember the adrenaline pumping through me, and like, this is why I play League. It was so much fun, and I cherish that memory.
So much work for his team. Yana can't do it. Chimera somehow surviving this one. Sendo's not done yet. He wants the boulder toss. He wants the boomerang toss. He wants any kind of toss.
The fancy footwork from Chimera. This man is on fire right now.
The champ I think should be removed from the game is definitely Zoe. There's no way that such a high RNG champion should be put in the game. I also think it's really low skill. I think it's just very unfun for anyone to play against, not even just as a mid laner, but anyone in the game, so just get out. The NA versus EU, which is better, I think is a big no-brainer. EU is by far better. You can see in every aspect their results at Worlds internationally, their solo queue, the players that they've imported into the NA, a lot of them are EU or Korean, and EU has had really high success internationally, and they are pretty much full European rosters, so I don't even think it's a close answer. So my favorite season, and the best season I think competitively, was season 4. I think this was because the season was, our league esports was becoming more established, and there was a lot more changes within the game itself. I remember specifically Mata played on Samsung White, I believe, and he was creating like the vision game from League, and it just showed that this wasn't something that the West was used to, and it kind of just established a new outwards approach to the game. And I think that created a lot of positive effects for the game, and I think it just was a really, really good thing for the game, for sure. If I was to 1v1 any League professional, if you asked me it last year, I probably would have said Bjergsen, because I think he's really consistent, and like he's a Western player, and it would be like amazing to meet someone. Obviously, there's Faker up there, who any mid laner's idol. But for me, it's like playing against one of the best Western players of all time. Specifically, he's not in my region, so it's hard for me to actually play against him. Would be pretty cool, because I think he's got a very unique playstyle, and it'd be very interesting. I think the best all-time professional player in mid lane would be Faker, for sure. If we're talking specifically about the West, though, I think it's easily, you have to say Perks. I know he row swapped to AD, but this player is by far the most established and best player in the whole of the West, and I think would be a bit criminal to say anyone else. I think he's so respected, like 1v9ing his way in season, I think the season 8 World Championships on when he was on G2, and I have mad respect for him, and I would love to be even anywhere close to that level one day. I get the motivation to grind League SOLOQ every day because I just love the game. even though solo queue itself is really taking a drop the past 2 splits, I love playing League of Legends. I've been incredibly motivated and competitive my whole life. I've always played sports, played tennis, rugby, football, everything, and I just love competing. I don't really play normal games, even with my friends. I'd rather do other things. So when I play League or something I'm serious about, I always want to play competitive, and I can only get that through SOLOQ. The reason I think EU's better would definitely have to be because of the established amateur scene they have. I think if you look at every single amateur league, there's always there's usually a Division 2 below that, and then you've got the higher ERLs like Germany, Spain. They're picking up players straight from SOLOQ, develop through there. And if you get good in your region, then you'll get picked up as an import in another region. And then from there, you can go into academy teams, which actually utilize the academy teams. Whereas I know in NA, it's very much a mini LEC where they won't actually pick up and develop players. So I feel like we've just got incredibly good structure towards it, where you can really just develop talent and bring them up to the LEC with good financial like a structure for them if the LEC doesn't work, so they're not just wasting their time if it doesn't work out. One advice I'd give for someone who's going professional at League would be to basically speak to people who are integrated within the scene. It's more about the newcomers, but there is a lot of stuff you need to look out for, and if you're building strong connections, relationships, and looking out for the bad signs, then you can often bypass what a lot of new people come into, specifically with maybe more shady stuff. So just make sure you're not getting taken advantage of, and then once you're actually in a really good setting where you can improve, the results will follow as long as you have a strong will to improve and you have motivation. So a bit about myself. I'm from Scotland, live in Edinburgh. Probably me and, funny enough, the London esports team, there's I'm pretty sure the only Scottish people who actually play League are on the London esports. So it says a lot about us. But about myself, like hobbies, I'm a huge gym advocate. Unfortunately, due to coronavirus, it's taken a bit of a dip, so I'm back to like square one really. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the gym, where it's a big mental release for me, mental stress release. And aside from that, I'm just very much into like my sports. Especially in summer, I always go out and play some tennis, or I'll go play football with my mates. Aside from that, I'm studying to become a paramedic, so I'm hoping in the next year I'll be going to study that. And well, if I can do when I do League on the side, if that doesn't work out, then yeah, I'll look to be a full-time paramedic. Yeah, so to walk you through my daily routine, normally if it was like outside of the pandemic going on right now, I would normally be getting up around 8-9. I then chill for an hour, do my workload for my studies. Then I'd look to go to the gym, maybe for an hour or two, come back, chill again for an hour. If we have scrims on at 2, then I'll have my lunch, play the scrims. Sometimes we have scrims later on at 6 p.m, so I'll just spend the afternoon solo queue, talking to my mates, just playing some games. Then I'll scrim in the evening, have a bit of wind down after, make sure I get some dinner, and then head to bed. So it's fairly standard, but I like to have the morning to myself to just look after my fitness.